Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and today we're going to start a multi-part series. I've been a long time talking about doing a new game room tour and a collection update video, and I've been dreading it because I just don't want to pull everything off the shelf and just sit here and hold it up in front of the camera. I don't want to do that. And I don't know, the game room tour, it was taking forever because it kind of felt like I was doing both in one anyway. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to just film sections, like this first video here after I get done with the introductory. I'll show you the entire game room in sort of a big pan, and then afterwards we'll go into sort of each individual little section um, to sort of see, what's all in it and things like that. It's by no means the most impressive game room ever. A lot of that stuff that you see on YouTube, I think, is kind of masturbatory. It's just people jerking off on screen. Mine is functional, and that's kind of how I like it. It's not cluttered with a bunch of stuff. I don't have, Dragon Quest stuff everywhere, posters all over the walls and stuff. It's just a room with games, and I like that. It's kind of peaceful in here. So, nothing, wild and crazy, but it is my little sort of place to get away from it all. So anyway, we'll go ahead and sort of do a little fade and go into the first bit of the game room where I'll show you everything, and then we'll show you the entertainment center with all the retro stuff, and the first shelf that has some games on it, but mostly just odds and ends. So.
Okay guys, here it is as you walk in. It's very kind of a small space, but I was able to fit kind of everything in it from the huge basement that I had back in when I had my house. But yeah, here is sort of the layout. There's all the DVDs. Up there we got random boxes and things from pre-ordering. That is a Steve Zissou hat, by the way. And then just some figures down there. There's my 2 Victory poster from Steven. And over here's where we're going to be starting, in this area right over here. Alright, sort of starting out here, we have my art books. I just haven't found a good place to put these yet. But I got my Xenoblade one, Fire Emblem, Tales of Xillia, Dragon's Crown. There's my 3.5 edition of D&D, Alan Wake Illuminated. There is the Zelda Historia, Dawn, and then the box of the 3 books of Sky. Over here is where I keep my controllers in this nice little bin here. It's getting a little too full because there's just too many things, and that's the Wii Fit board that I never ever use, a GunCon, and then a Sega Saturn arcade stick. And coming up here at the top of the entertainment center, we got the Green Ranger there, of course, Optimus Prime and Unicron, Django and Boba Fett. My brother got me those little pewter figures, and I really like them. And then a normal Dalek, and then one of the Paradigm Daleks. And I believe it's the Eternal is the white one. I can't remember though. Or maybe the white one is the leader. I can't remember the names of the Paradigm Daleks. And then here we have my boxes from various collector's editions. Just kind of quickly pan over them there. That's the Fallout New Vegas one back there. Wizard edition of Ni no Kuni. And then we have the Doctor, a Weeping Angel, and a Handyman. And it's not zooming. There we go. Protecting everything. The original Xbox, my Dreamcast and my Saturn, a Genesis and a Sega CD, and of course it's getting really dark over here, but that is my Master System and my PC Engine Duo down there. Just kind of pull that out a little bit so the light hits it. Pretty. And we go back up. Up here we have my Wii U Zelda box and my Sega CD box. Pure Solar, that is not sealed. The tape is broken because I played a little bit of it. But that is a sealed copy of Class of Heroes 2. That's a slime from Dragon Quest VI pre-order, and then those are the tarot cards from Tactics Ogre. There's my D&D dice, which for some reason, I had the D20 up because when Steven and I were playing Magic. There's Mila in all of her glory. Let's see what's back there. Oh, that's the Distant Worlds program back there from when I went to Distant Worlds. Up there we have my Neo Geo Pocket box and the Tales of Xillia box. A sealed copy of Xenoblade, and the Dragon Quest IX is just something that like Walmart and Best Buy and GameStop kind of had out to kind of promote the games. And then there's my Magic decks, which maybe I really only have one deck that's any good, and the rest of them are just kind of experiments. But maybe I'll go through that deck sometime. Mario plush and the Soul Taroba box. Jesus, this figure. I thought this figure was hilarious because you don't really see these little action figures too often, but I found them at a dollar store. And on the back, you won't be able to see it, but down here it says China Jesus because it was made in China and it's the Jesus figure. But I always like to refer to him as China Jesus. But he's just hanging out with the Buddhas there. And Kid Icarus Uprising box and Link. And there's my... Oh, you can see my sexy legs. There's my CRT. I've had this TV for about, I don't know, 12 years, and it's still working like a champ, so hopefully it just keeps on going. Up here, it's sort of my other big passion is Star Trek. I love Star Trek, and I especially love this ship right here, the Enterprise refits. I think that's just the best ship that Star Trek has ever made, so I have quite a few of the original Enterprise, and that's just the that's the Equinox. I really like the Nova class as well. And then my die-cast Enterprise D, that was it Galoob? That company? That yeah. No, this is Ertl. Ertl made this, like the real thing, only smaller. But it's die-cast and it's kind of beat up because it's it's like 20 some years old, but still have that. The saucer separates, but I only have one hand, so I'm not going to do that. Here's the rest of boxes. That is a box copy of Link to the Past back there. Enter time. There's a little East corner right there. And then the Atelier boxes. I don't have the newest ones. They keep making these Atelier games, man, and it's just like it's getting ridiculous. The Last Story box and R. Ternelico. And then there is my Lunar 2 strategy guide. Marilyn Manson tickets. Down here we have my original PS2 with a PS2 Slim on top of it, just in case. And I am currently playing Wild Arms 2, so there's a kind of a little spoiler for you guys. And PS1. GameCube with the Game Boy Advance player and my N64. My original Super Nintendo, still working like a champ, and my Super Famicom. And then there is the saddest thing in the world, my Wii. Completely unhooked and just probably will never be powered on ever again. And then my original NES that is still working like a champ. I've gone through 4 Xbox 360s, but 1 Nintendo Entertainment System. And then there's... How's that for old school? That's what I'm playing Wild Arms with. I don't know, for some reason I really like this old non-dual stick controller. I really enjoy it. Up here we have my Hori Dragon Quest IX keyboard that Steven got me for when he came to visit, sort of just a visiting gift. And then we go into my Genesis games, which I do have the boxes for a lot of these, but just for ease of use, I keep them in this cassette tape deck, and that's a great way if you have a bunch of loose Genesis games to store them. So we'll just go down the line here. This is a really beat up copy of Castlevania Bloodlines, but it was like next to nothing, so I had to get that. Crusader of Senti, kind of a Zelda-esque clone on the Genesis. And this is something that's kind of weird. These old Genesis games, I don't know how well that picks up, but the labels just go to crap over the years. It's really kind of an unfortunate thing. It's really the red labeled ones. This is a reproduction cart of Monster World 4. It's kind of weird doing this through the camera. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Sonics, gotta have the Sonics. You'll notice I don't have the Shining Forces. That's because I have them on the 360 collection, the Sonic's Ultimate Genesis collection, and I haven't really been able to justify buying them cart. This is one of my favorite games, Truxton. Really beat up copy, but it was back when I didn't really care about that kind of stuff. And then Thunder Force 3. I tried to repair the label a little bit with a Sharpie, and it didn't work out so well. So I immediately stopped doing that after that. Let's see. Hyperstone Heist. Steven and I beat this when he was out here, and it was a lot of fun. Wonder Boy Monster World. Great game. Ys 3 for the Genesis. So supposedly this is the best version. I haven't thrown this one in yet. I beat the Super Nintendo version, though. And Zoop. This was a puzzle game from back in the day that I really enjoyed. Then up here, these are just kind of odds and ends. Action Fighter, Alex Kidd, and The Lost Star, Gavelius. Oh, maybe I did put them all in here. Hang On, Astro Warrior. Hard to read upside down. Miracle Warriors. Yeah, I put them all in here. There's Space Harrier, and this will be Ys. And then over here are my two EA games that just do not fit. They're too skinny to fit into the cassette tape deck, but Shadow of the Beast and NHL 95. And I got NHL 95 because of Mallrats. They were playing a hockey game on there, and I saw this out for like dirt cheap. And then later I realized I think they're playing the Saturn version of, I think, 94, I think, but oh well. Up here, here's my 2009 Enterprise from Hallmark. It's kind of a flimsy, they didn't do a very good job on this one. However, they did a great job on the Kelvin, which is a really good looking chip. Down here's where I keep my handhelds. There's my Game Boy Advance SP. There's my DS. This is the spot where my DS XL is at, but I'm currently playing Portrait of Ruin, so it's out in the living room. There's my 3DS XL, and then there is my Neo Geo Pocket Color, which is a great little system. Really surprising how good the graphics are on it. I'm really impressed with that. And down here we have my PSP and my Vita and the ocean of wires that come along with that. And then here is my meager 2600 collection, which I don't play this very often. When I do play it, I usually throw in Adventure, Berserk, Donkey Kong, or Pitfall, Joust. A lot of these, pretty much all of these games I got for free, except for a few. And the reason why Yar's Revenge is out of alphabetical order is because this is one that I often play quite a bit. This is actually a really great game and a really great reason to own a 2600. And you can't really read that warp block. So. Oh, look out, Duncan. Down here, we have my Super Famicom collection. Bahamut Lagoon, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Dragon Quest 3, 5, and 6. This is Fire Emblem. I believe, I can't remember the subtitle of it, but I'll pull it out and you guys can, I think it's like Mystery of the Emblem or something like that. I can't remember the English title. Get back in there. Front Mission, Romancing Sagas 1, 2, and 3. This is Secret of Mana 2, or Seiken Densetsu 3. That's over there. Terra Enigma. This is Treasure of the Rudras. And then we have Ys 3, 4, and 5. And then in my loose ones, let's see if I can pull these out a little bit. Super Adventure Island, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy 6. I really need to get the Final Fantasies and Chrono Trigger in boxes, but I've been lazy. There's Tactics Ogre, or no, Ogre Battle. Sorry, Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen, and the original Star Ocean. Down here we have sort of my YouTube DVDs, Turbo Views 1 and 2, and I have Turbo Views 3 on pre-order. Here's the Happy Console Gamer movie. There is my Christmas letter from Paige that I put there because I don't really have anywhere else to kind of store it, I guess. And then strategy guides and art books. Pokemon X with the little cloth thing. Arts of Tales of Legendia. There's Devil Summoner. I'm not even going to say that. You guys can read it. Oh, getting too old to get down like this. Then here are my strategy guides. That's a Nintendo Power that has like a bunch of stuff about Dragon Quest 2 and 3 in it that I use quite often when I play those games. And then there's another one of those Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Power Advance. It's all about Game Boys somewhere in here. I'm not sure where it's at. But we got Alan Wake and Batten Kaitos. Oh, right there is my beat up original copy of Earthbound strategy guide. Who knew back in the day that was going to be worth so much money? I probably would have taken better care of it. I have multiple Final Fantasy XII strategy guides because I originally had this one, but then I saw this one out at Half Price Books, and I liked the artwork on it and everything. Final Fantasy 13, 13-2. You guys can read it. What's that one right there? Jet Force Gemini. Silverstar Harmony book. Yep. And then back there... Oh, good. I was actually thinking about buying the Arcane Nepishtim strategy guide a couple days ago, and I already have it. So this video is great. Saved me some money. Just some random Donkey Kong Country 2... What's that one? Oh, that's the old... This is actually kind of funny. This is a Super Mario Bros. 3 strategy guide that my dog, as a child, got a hold of because I left it out on the floor. Learned a quick lesson there. Don't leave things out on the floor or Tubby will destroy it. Duncan's good, though. He doesn't destroy things. And then finally, just to wrap this video out, we'll go with this right here. My Neo Geo X, still in the box. I pulled it out and played it a little bit, but wasn't always cracked up to be. So anyway, I think this is a good place to end this video, and we'll come back for part 2 where I start going over the game shelves, so stay tuned.